Good morning, good day, and good evening. How are you doing, people? Hope you're having a good Friday. First one in today, none other than Mr. Grey. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Banana, welcome in as well. Nice to have you. And Booyah, how you doing? Welcome in. Today the plan is, like I mentioned before, we are gonna do a little bit of a shorter stream today, because I do have some plans this evening. But the plan is that we're gonna continue working on the inventory, I think, in Shroud of Gloom. We started yesterday doing a little bit of refactoring, basically separating the UI elements and the logic for the inventory, because I want to do more programmatic animations. Most of the animations for the backpack is quite simple, so I thought we might as well use Do Twin for them. Because if I can do it programmatically, I tend to prefer to do it that way. What's up, Jew, as well? Welcome in. How you doing? I'm doing good, my hands are a little bit better, so that's nice. If anyone doesn't know, apparently I'm a fucking weakling, and my body can't handle coding like 12 hours a day, so I started getting like mad pain in my hands. But I'm trying to get a little bit better, taking little short breaks, stretching the hands a little bit, you know, trying to be a little bit mindful of it, and it is getting better. You know, I don't want to like ruin my hands, because then we won't be able to develop. Otherwise, you know, coding is hard. It kinda is. Like, I wouldn't have expected that coding would end up actually being like hard on my body, like as in hard physically, but apparently, you know, it kinda was. Maybe you need a better setup. I mean, I have a pretty good setup in general. I would say, I mean, I have a standing desk as well, which helps out quite a lot. What's up, Checks? How you doing? I think one thing I might need is to actually perhaps get a new chair or remove the armrests for this chair, because I can't. My armrests are not movable, you know, which means that they block me from like getting my chair close enough to the desk. Am I making sense here? I think so. So I actually think I could sit a bit more ergonomically if I didn't have the armrests, to be honest. That's something I might give a go. But overall, I do feel like my setup is like pretty good today compared to what I used to have, at least. How are you doing, Jew? Hope you're doing good as well, man. I'm a programmer and it's hard to be stuck on one monitor, but just my tight space, yeah. No, and I do think it is. This kind of stuff it's not maybe the most fun stuff to think about and stuff, but I do think it is relatively important, because I do bet that a lot of us are, you know, sitting by our computer a little bit more than maybe is optimal for the human body, you know what I mean? So I think it's, you know, it's good to have it in mind, at least try to do some stuff to prevent the body breaking down. I do think when it comes to chairs, interesting. I never forget. I heard one person say something that always resonated a little bit with me, though, when it comes to chairs specifically. Since I heard someone say once, I think it's a very good saying, that the best chair you can ever have is an uncomfortable one, which sounds really counterintuitive, but it kind of makes sense, because if you have a very uncomfortable chair, you end up standing up a bit more, and the best thing is to not sit for prolonged periods of time, you know. But that's why I got a standing desk, you know, so I can still work and stand, but that doesn't help my hands very much now, does it? Good, still recovering, but getting back into stream after the force break. Yeah, I noticed you weren't streaming a force break. What was up, if I may ask? That is. I don't know if you told me. Oh, sorry, Nova is always hard. Yeah, there's always... Streaming in general is a little bit of a... Like, everything in terms of streaming and Twitch is like a bit of a snowball effect. I sometimes notice, you know, just taking like a few days off, you notice a bit of an impact, you know. You already have to kind of climb back a little bit, do you know what I mean? I think that's just the way it goes. It's not really something you can affect that much, but it's interesting nonetheless. I think it's because it's very easy to underestimate how much... I think people watch streamers way more out of habit than we sometimes like to realize. And the thing is that when we go on breaks and stuff, people kind of lose the habit, you know, to actually tune in and watch. I think that is a big part of it, to be honest. It's something I've been... This is also just because I'm a fucking, you know... Okay, recently I started reading a fucking book about habits, so I think about everything in terms of habits now. But I think it made sense. I do think it made sense. Twitch feels different for me today. How so, chaps? I do think it is in certain regards. Because back in the days... And what's up, Polyglot Programmer? Welcome in. Back in the days, streaming was a little bit more grindy. Kind of the way I'm doing it at the moment, to be honest. Like, before, the way people got big on Twitch was just to fucking grind and be live as much as possible. I think that kind of mentality has changed a lot today, where people have realized that discoverability is not very good on Twitch. So, like, I feel like most people have gotten to the point where they've realized that the best way to actually grow on Twitch is to grow somewhere other than on Twitch, you know. Oh, sick for a month. Oh, damn, I'm sorry about that one, man. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, it's so much habit. I really think it is, yeah. It's something I really started, like, considering more recently and stuff. And that is also one of the reasons why I think it might actually be better for me to start doing slightly shorter streams, but then instead stream more days in the week. So rather than doing, like, you know, because now I do, like, 3 12-hour streams a week or something, you know. I think... potentially for myself, and potentially for the stream as well, I think it would actually be better if I did, like, maybe measly little 7-8 hour streams, but I streamed 5 days a week instead. Which is, like I said, if we look at it in terms of, like, most viewers actually tuning in out of a habit, like, if I'm live more days, that's more days to build that habit. Does that make sense? I think there's something to it. I watch while working. I work remotely 6 or 7 years, so streams makes me company. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And that's what I mean, like, so you, Polyglot Programmer, I imagine that you've probably then made a habit when you start working, you bring up Twitch, right? Like, that's a habit you have. But I also think there's, like, a habitual thing to, like, which streamer you actually decide to... which streamer you decide to watch as well. I think... that's the thing I find quite interesting, that I think it's... Yeah, I think people tune in more out of habit than we might realize. But also, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's be honest here, this is pure hypothetical, so I'm just talking out my arse here, but I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. You know? But to be fair, most people showed up straight away after the month, which surprised me a lot. That's nice, man. Which book are you reading? I'm actually rereading it. I have read the book before, but it's been like a decade or something, so I thought I wanted to get through it again. I'm currently reading The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. It's a really good book. It's actually, I might even say it's one of the better books I've read. Speaking of habits, I know a lot of people do recommend Atomic Habits as well, another book. I haven't read that one personally, but yeah. Power of Habit is a good book. Very many, like, interesting samples and stuff they bring up. I talked about it the other stream, like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to take it in. Sorry guys, I think it's so fucking fascinating. Did you guys know that habits even work without memory? I think that's so fucking fascinating. There was a guy that lost the ability to create new memories, but he could still create new habits, which I think is fucking fascinating. So this guy, like, you know, he moved into a new house and stuff, and like the doctors came to him, or doctors, I don't know, but the people who were like, not investigating, what the fuck do you call it, like examining him, or like, you know, whatever, I'm missing the terminology here. But basically they came to his house, which he has recently moved into, or relatively recently, after the brain damage at least. So he couldn't form new memories, so they would ask him questions like, which of these doors go to your kitchen? And the man was like, I don't know. I don't know where my kitchen is. Because he can't form new memories. So he literally, in his own home, cannot tell them which door leads to the kitchen. However, as soon as he gets hungry, he stands up and walks straight into the kitchen. Even though in his like logical mind he does not know he could not tell you where the kitchen is. But you know, the deeply rooted habit of like, I'm hungry, I know, like my body knows where the food is, still is fully functional. I think that's fucking fascinating. I think it's really sick. It's interesting. This category, you get a lot of viewers who are working. Yeah, that is true. I think there's, especially software and game development, I think it's a lot of like co-working kind of things going on. Whereas maybe in like gaming categories on Twitch, it could also be a little bit of that, like, you know, I'm playing some kind of half-idle game, so I'm having someone else chatting on the side. You know, that kind of thing. Which probably happens here as well, of course, but I think, yeah, there's definitely more working things over here. Same, I was sick most of February and I noticed a difference. Interesting, yeah. No, I think I think that kind of in some regard points to the fact that I think it has a lot to do with habits. It also has to do with the algorithm, because I noticed, I have one streamer, I'm not gonna mention which one, but I have one streamer who I watch a lot. And they went away for like a couple of weeks or something. And before then, whenever I went to Twitch, they were always in the top of my list of live channels. But when they came back to Twitch, even though they were like consistently over like the past year one of my most watched streamers, they were in the bottom of my like recommended list. And I found that weird because technically speaking, I didn't miss like a single stream. So it is probably a little bit Twitch as well. It seems like they are actually, and it makes sense, like Twitch is pushing the people who are more consistently streaming. I mean, I think that kind of made sense. So that is probably a factor as well. Because I was shocked to see that Twitch would choose to recommend that stream so low for me when I'm like, I've barely missed a single stream for this person. Like, I would imagine even if they go on a bit of a break, when they come back, I would imagine them to be at the top, you know. But yeah, that surprised me quite a bit. Most people are creatures of habits. Absolutely, absolutely. No, it's something, they talk about it in the book as well. I don't remember the exact number, but it is something crazy, like, you know, 80% or something of all decisions we make in a day is like pure habits. Like, we think we go through our day making like conscious decisions about like what we're gonna do, what we're gonna say, how we're gonna react to stuff, but like most of it is just pure habits. I would recommend Atomic Habits as well. It's awesome. Yeah, I might check it out. I do think habits are really interesting. Have you read both, Jew? Power of Habit is good as well. Oh, so you have read both? Which would you say that you prefer? Are they... Because I haven't really looked into Atomic Habits. I just know that it's a very popular book as well. Are they different? Like, is it worth reading both, I suppose, is my question. Atomic Habits, you prefer that one? Yeah, maybe I'll give it a go. I wouldn't actually... I wouldn't mind reading another book on habits. I think it is very interesting. My theory is that your audience is consistently coming and going, so you need to keep growing to actually stay the same. Yeah, that is true as well. Yeah, just there definitely is, like... Even when you have, like, a consistent average viewers, those viewers are not the same, right? Like, it's some, as you say in Booyah, some people come in, some people go in, but, like, you've made it to a point where the people coming and going remain pretty stagnant. Does that make sense? Like, that's why we keep the average views. But yeah, no, that is absolutely fair as well. Because, like, especially, like, for someone like me who, you know, tends to stream for like 10 and 12 hours, like, I understand that most of my viewers are not actually sitting watching for 10 to 12 hours. I mean, those who do, fucking legends, I appreciate it, but, you know, it's fully understandable that most people don't maybe watch me for 12 hours straight, you know? I understand that. And I think that's completely fine as well. I would never, you know, I do it as well. Everyone does it, you know, we tune in and out, we watch multiple streams. That's, you know, that's the Twitch habits. I breathed 400 times today and purposefully made each decision consciously. Yeah. The worst thing though is that when you tell someone, did you know that you're breathing right now? Sorry guys. Now everyone is gonna start breathing consciously. Right? It's hard not to when you point it out. It's interesting. I read both and I think Atomic Habits is more practical. Interesting. Yeah, I could probably see that, you know. Because I would say that Power of Habit is an interesting book. Like I said, I think it is one of the better books I read. But it is very, like, example heavy. So I could see maybe... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there are books that are a little bit more practical in that sense. I think the examples are really good in Power of Habits. But it's not... It's kind of like they say a few sentences that might relate to your life, and then it's like a full chapter on like examples that show this kind of thing. You know, the focus is not on like, you know, your own parts of it or whatever. Am I making sense? I don't know. Depends on your level of interest, but I think it's worth this different perspective. Yeah. Arthur Shoots with the resubscription. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, you fucking legend. I appreciate you, Arthur. I really do. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Thank you very much, man. Hope you're doing good, Arthur. And Banana, thank you very much for the follow as well. I appreciate you. But if you did not already read... Oh yeah, Thinking Fast and Slow. That one I've heard a lot of good things. I haven't read it, but I heard a lot of good things about it as well. And that one I suppose is kind of related, but it's not really only... I mean, it's kind of about habits, right? Because the... Isn't it like the thinking fast part would be like your reactive, like kind of habitual things, whereas thinking slowly is the more logical and like... when you do each blah blah blah. Like I have skimmed, I do know that I actually did pick up Thinking Fast and Slow in a library and kind of skimmed through it a little bit. So I probably read like a total of 6 sentences of that book. But I think that's kind of the general gist, isn't it? Yes and no? Okay. Helps a lot of game dev, even if it's not related to it. Interesting. No, I do think that's the thing with a lot of these kind of more like biological or psychological concepts you can read about. Like, because in the end, even if the examples are not specific to the domains you are working in, you can always use it somehow, right? Like it's always somewhat relatable in certain regards. Perfect pronunciation. Let's go. Okay, should we get into it? Should we get into it? Well, before we start, if anyone hasn't, did you know that Shroud of Gloom is currently available on Steam for wishlists? We just surpassed 200 wishlists. I think that's very cool. Maybe not super impressive, but I think it's pretty sick. I'm pretty proud of my 200, but I still appreciate more. So if you haven't. If you haven't wishlisted the game yet, feel free to do so. I would very much appreciate it. Wishlisted it. Thank you very much, Banana. I appreciate you. For me, it's the must-read book to understand people's decision-making better. Yeah, I might give that one a go. I do know... I've heard a lot of good stuff about that book as well. I have some friends who've read it as well, who I know recommended it. Yeah, I might give it a go. Maybe that would be more worth it, because I do assume even if there's differences between Atomic Habits and Power of Habits, I do suppose that those still go into very similar concepts, whereas Thinking Fast and Slow might be, a little bit broader in that sense. Polyglot Program as well wishlisted, thank you very much, man. And I will buy it, thank you, man, when it releases. Oh wait, are you asking me or are you saying that you will buy it when it releases? The release date is not fully certain yet. I do have a general plan of when I would like to release it, but I feel like I'm in no position to make any promises. Okay, it will when it releases, yeah. Currently my plan is, hopefully I would like to have a demo for the next fest in June, and then hopefully have a full release around October, because I think that, you know, I think that kind of made sense for a horror game. The horror fest and everything would be... I feel like it kind of made sense. But yeah, we'll see. It's, you know, this is my first commercial project, so it's also very hard to, like, for me to fully gauge how long stuff will take. That is one of the reasons why I ain't making no promises. Okay, so this is the issue. I did break the animation here with the backpack yesterday, so that one is currently not functional. We have to look into why that is. I want to handle it the same way as the map, which is now a programmatic animation using DoTween. Now you can see the map is now functional, even if I don't 3D on pointer exit. That is working. Let's have a look here. Should be here, inventory. So this is what I did. I do have an inventory manager which handles all of the logic of, like, adding, removing items, enabling the inventory itself. But then I have this script now, which is mainly going to handle the actual animations. Because I feel like it made sense to kind of separate that. Like, this is more like the animations, the UI methods and stuff. Whereas this is a little bit more the, you know, the logic of how we inspect, deselect items and so on. I think that made sense. But let me start off cleaning this up. Let's close everything, and then we're gonna reopen this one. Releasing a demo first? Yeah, I do want to release a demo. From talking to, like, other developers and stuff, it seems like it's very, very good to release a demo. I know that CodeRad got, like, you know, I think he got like a few thousand wishlists when he released his demo. I think Steam gives you a little bit of an extra push, and also I think people are more likely to buy a game if there is, like, a short little demo they can test. I think it's mainly advantages to it. I would be down to pay $20 for it. Yeah, it's not gonna be $20. You're not gonna have to do that. I am gonna pick a, you know... I mean, I do want to feel like I get, you know... I don't want to feel like I completely give it away for free, but I definitely don't want to overcharge for it. I'm more scared of overcharging for it than I am undercharging for it. So I do think it's going to be relatively cheap. Competitively priced, I suppose. But it also depends. Like I've said before, I think my main mindset right now is that I'm gonna kind of determine the price depending on the playtime. So when I have a better idea of how long a average playthrough of the entire game is, I'm kind of gonna use that number to gauge the price point I want, is the plan. You got 2.5 months? Yeah, it is close. It is close. I have to go. Have a great stream. Thank you very much for dropping by, Heiju. Always nice to have you here. And best of luck with any ventures you might have. And I'll catch you next time, man. Yeah, the Steam Next Fest is pretty soon. I was even more scared because technically I think that April, at some point in April, I think the sign up for the Steam Next Fest is. So I was like, okay, so I need to know if the demo can be finished or not by that point. But then I realized, I think it was Foolbox who told me that I think you can actually opt out afterwards. So if you sign up for a Next Fest and you realize that, okay, I'm not gonna be able to finish it, you can just opt out and you would still be eligible to join another one. So that was kind of nice to hear. Because at some point I thought that like if I joined, then I would be like, I have to be in this one. So fortunately that does not seem to be the case. You can, I've done that plenty. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so that is good. That is good. Because that means that even when the like last day to apply comes around, if I'm still a little bit unsure, but I think I could potentially make it, I can still join it in the hopes of being able to get it done in time. Like I said, I do have... The plan B would be to aim to have the demo for the next fest after that, which I think also would be in October, which also kind of makes sense. And then I suppose in that case that the full release would end up being next year, but I would really like to release the game this year. And I don't think I would release the game without joining Next Fest. It seems like that's a bad, you know, business decision. So I think the issue right now is that we're not calling the animation correctly. So let me start off by just checking. Let's do this. Because what we do, we have this inventory hitbox. When the cursor enter this inventory hitbox, we want to move up the inventory button so that you can click on it. So if we have the inventory button enabled here, and then we do this, we can check, but I don't think this is currently working. So do this, boom. I'm gonna give myself the backpack. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't look like it's moving whatsoever, so something must be wrong with how we are calling the animation. Oh, it could be that I forgot to remove the animator from the hitbox and that one is overriding it. I just realized. I think that might have been the issue. Let me override everything here. Yeah, I think that might be it. What is your hard deadline? You're gonna spend 5 years on this game, or no more than 1 year, less? I mean, I'm not gonna spend 5 years on it. I don't know what my hard deadline is. I would say, like I said, my goal is to release the game around October, but if I can't make it for that, that wouldn't bother me too much. I will still be able to make it, my savings are gonna run out at some point. So I suppose that's my hard deadline. Before my savings run out, I would at least like to have this game published. I suppose that is my hard deadline. Which I suppose would be probably next year. So the plan is to release it this year. My hard deadline would probably be to have it released the year after. Set October as your hard deadline. Your friend will be design first, then build. I don't know. I'm not sure. Just the thing is that I also really want to make not only make like a, you know, decent and fun game, but I put a lot of emphasis on like polishing and stuff. Like I really want this game to feel professional, and if I have to spend a bit more time to be able to make that happen, I am willing to do it. Because I don't think I don't want to end up like crunching the game and releasing it in a state I'm not happy with. I know I'm never gonna be like fully satisfied. I get that, absolutely. But I do want to, you know, I still want to feel happy with it when I release it, if that makes sense. And that is one of the reasons why, you know, I think, because I kind of see it this way. The game jam demo that I made is kind of the prototype to see whether this game could be fun. We got a lot of good feedback that kind of proved to me that, okay, there is some potential here. Now, I feel like my goal is to make sure that this game is the best it could be. And I think the most important thing to make it the best it should be is to focus on the things you're gonna be doing the most, right? Which is interacting with the UI, the mechanics in the game, and so on. That is why I'm currently also so focused on really trying to perfect these UI elements and interactions and just make sure that everything feels good, because these are the systems that the player is going to interact with the most, if that makes sense. Of course, like the actual design of the like story and the overarching like, ooh, it's working now, let's go. A little bit too quick, I feel like. Is going to be very important as well, absolutely. But I honestly think that making the content for this game is gonna be easier. I think it's gonna be quicker, because I already have like most of the systems set up to almost build whatever I want in the game in terms of like how the interactions are gonna work. So that's just gonna be like, you know, letting creativity loose, I suppose, and just designing it, which I think is gonna be the most fun as well. I don't think that's gonna be the issue for me. I think making sure that everything feels good and professional is what I'm more focused on at the moment. I mean, it's definitely snappier. And this is the thing, now when we're using programmatic one, we can kind of cancel this animation. And maybe that is fine. Because you don't want... Yeah, you shouldn't feel like you have to wait for the animation either. You can also try playing around with the eScenes, I suppose. What's up, AE? How you doing? Welcome in. You can do like me, I decided to start making my own engine, so I have an excuse to why my game is taking so long. Yeah, I suppose that is true. Yeah, I don't think I'm nearly at the point where I could even start to think about making my own engine. It's definitely snappier. Let's make sure that this works as well. Wait. Oh! What happened here? Why can I not pause the game? That's interesting. Okay, here it works. Here it works. Still works. That was odd. Okay, so here we have an issue. If I exit the open inventory without triggering on pointer exit, it stays open. I think this one was functional. Yeah, that one closes. This one doesn't. But yeah, it's going good. We're just working on a new animation here for the inventory, making sure it's a little bit snappier. Which I feel like is gonna be good, because I do think I made the animation a little bit too slow. And you also couldn't cancel it before, which made it a little bit messy, because it kinda made it so that... How do I say this? The animation... Like, if you trigger the inventory bag to go up, and then exited, so it started going down, and changed your mind, you would be forced to wait for the animation to go all the way down, and then all the way up again. Whereas now with programmatic ones, we can kind of cancel it whenever we want, which is... It makes it feel like it's a little bit more snappy, the feedback is better. But here, if inventory parent is active, that would be true. You look comfy, that's unacceptable. Oh shit.
AE 517 is forcing you to stand up for 10 minutes.
Let's do it! Let's do it! How are you doing, AE? Hope you're doing good, man.
Cheers.
There we go. And cheers, Polyglot. No comfort chappy on my watch. I mean, I appreciate you guys looking out for my health here. I do appreciate it. Because I don't. I don't do it enough, so that's why I have you guys to remind me. Try and get this. If open inventory is active, then trigger open inventory exit interactions. Let's make sure I assign this correctly. Inventory parent, that one's correct. So that one just checks whether we even picked up the backpack yet or not. Basically, we calculate it. Open inventory object, that one is correct. Exit interactions is that one. Wait, inventory open. Inventory. Yeah, it should be these. We should trigger this one. We should close the inventory. That one calls open inventory false, which would say inventory button set active. True, that's right, but open inventory set active false. Show
Time to
inventory
stretch.
button false. This seems right. What's up, Prody Dev? How you doing? Welcome in. Doing good, have some bartending work tonight. Wedding event. Ooh, interesting. I would imagine, I don't know, are Brazilian weddings very... how do I say it? I assume, I feel like Brazilian weddings would be very intense. That's the way I'm gonna put it. Is that a fair assumption? Gonna play some Minecraft before going to it? Nice. Nice shall stretch. Cheers, man. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I think we finally got the animation here for the inventory to work. Might do a little bit of polishing on it, but it's working now, so that's nice. I realized the issue. That feels good. That feels good. How you doing, Prody? 100% they are. I would imagine so. I just feel like, you know, yeah. I just from interacting with quite a lot of Brazilians and stuff, I would say that my impression is that they seem like the type of people to also do very like hyped weddings, you know? I can give you a brief answer or an honest one. Interesting. But give me the honest one. Not good, not bad, I'm exhausted. Sorry to hear that, man. Some text incoming, sure, man. That's fine. Yeah, I actually realized yesterday, I do feel like I was a little bit more tired last stream, the one I did yesterday. And I do think that is because I don't usually stream 3 days in a row, and then on top of that with obviously the length of my usual streams. I think that kind of goes to show that if I'm gonna start streaming more often in the week, I think I actually might have to lower the lengths of the streams a little bit. I think it's gonna be, like, I don't think my body would be able to take 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, you know? To be clear though, just to be clear here, when I say shorter streams, I'm talking like 8-hour streams or something, so...
Gamedev added a video to the queue.
Not sure if I sent a video here. I think you did. Or was it this one? No. No, I thought you said something...
Hey, Miko?
I think you sent something similar, but I don't think it was this one.
What? Try talking like a robot.
Beep boop. I am a robot, and I
Is this a cutscene from the game?
Instead of normal people food.
No, Nitro Modubai. No, it's not. This is fan-made, is it? Oh, yeah, wait, the game is 2D, isn't it? Am I going crazy? No, yeah, it is, right? I'm pretty sure it is. It's 2D, yeah.
Later. Made me look silly.
Okay, let's see here. We could try another easing on it, but I want to fix the thing about this one not closing properly. I don't understand why. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Game canvas. If the inventory parent is active, that should be the case. Oh, then we trigger. What if I do this one first? Yeah, I think the issue is that I triggered this one. I think we need to do... We check if the open inventory is open, and in that case we do this one. If it isn't... If the open inventory isn't active, then we do that one. I think that's the fix. Were you also Brazilian, Polyglot? I don't remember now. I know I have asked you where you are from. You are? Okay. Sorry, is it... I'm really trying to remember this stuff, but sometimes it is hard, you know. Brazilian and Dutch. Ah, there we go, there we go. What's that? Bom dia, goedemorgen. Right? That's the mix. Goede dia. So stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that works. No, this is still not working. So now the open inventory should be active. When I exit that one, we should trigger the exit interactions. That should publish inventory open. That should do the same thing as this. Why is that not happening? Okay, I think we need debug logs. Game canvas entered. Open inventory was active. And I suppose we should go here as well and say triggering exit interactions on... Should I not go plus game object dot name? Made in RPG Maker. Oh, interesting. So this movement makes you want to throw your computer at the Burj Khalifa. Do I know what that is? I don't think I know what that is. Oh, it's a skyscraper in Dubai. That's the one. Oh, it doesn't trigger anything here. Ah. That's interesting. That is very interesting. You make games in RPG Maker. Have you seen the new Humble Bundle? Ooh, did I have good stuff? I know I got some mails for it, but I haven't checked it out. I'm not the best at checking my mails, not gonna lie. But I suppose this is a good section to say, did you guys know? If you didn't know, I do have an affiliate link for Humble Bundle. If you do want to support the stream, you can use that one to help the stream grow at no extra cost to you. Little hashtag sellout moment here, but might as well. Okay. So here I'm triggering 2 exit interactions. Oh, that kind of means that... Yeah, because this means I go from the UI canvas into the game canvas. Oh, interesting. So technically I don't even need the hover interaction on this one. But still, I feel like this... Why doesn't it trigger here? But it does. Is there a shortcut I can use to clear the console? Is there like a key binding to clear the console? I don't think so. What if I do this? Yeah, that qualifies as game canvas entered. This qualifies. This doesn't. Why does that not trigger? Huh. Why does it trigger here, but not when I open this one? That is very interesting. Because this just checks on pointer enter on the actual canvas of the game, which is the entirety of the canvas. Let's see what happens if I build the game. Just out of curiosity. Sometimes it does act a little bit different in the editor compared to in-game. Let's have a look. Luau Pestana, thank you very much for the follow, appreciate you. Welcome in. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what happens. Let's skip the cutscene and then... Now we are in windowed mode, so if I... This should work fine. If I go to the corner and I go up, that's fine. If I go here, the map stays open, but now when I enter the canvas again, it closes. That's as it's supposed to be. Oh, but here I'm technically on the back button. That's why it doesn't close until I get a little bit further up. Interesting. I don't know if I care enough about that. Let's see this one. If I go here, boom, that's fine. Here, boom, that's fine. If we open it, we go here, boom, it doesn't close. Yeah, something is wrong with the open inventory. Very interesting. Very interesting. So we're checking. We know that the actual exit interactions function, like those must function, since it works when we do it the normal way like this. This is triggering those exit interactions fine. Now the question is, why doesn't it trigger here? It does trigger here. The exit interactions cannot be the issue. Okay, we have to think about this logically. Problem solving, eh? But I know that for some reason this is not even called, right? So maybe the open inventory isn't the issue, but then why would it trigger on the other ones? Oh, I know why. Because when you open the inventory, I slightly faded the background a little bit. The room gets a little bit darker, which means I have a raycast blocker. So when I go out of this one here, when I go here, I still exit this one, which is fine. Like I exit the open inventory, so it closes. However, if I go here, okay, now it seems like I can't get it to work. Yeah, if I go here now, it doesn't close because I never triggered on point to exit of the open inventory, and technically speaking, I didn't enter the game canvas because the background blocker is a raycast target, so I'm still on the UI canvas. So the way we do this easy peasy is that we just go to the open inventory background blocker, because you don't even need to be a background, you don't need to be a blocker, I just want it to fade a little bit. So I just made you not a raycast target, and we should be good to go. That should be it. I think I found the solution. There we go. Now it's closing properly. Much snappier. What's up, Brainoid? How you doing? I feel like it kind of goes down a little bit too quickly. Up is kind of fine. Down is a little bit too quick. Isn't it? I feel like to bring it up, you want it to be pretty quick because it needs to feel kind of snappy. You don't want to make the player wait. Although you can click before it's fully up. That is fine. Oh, maybe I should have this one move with the button. That could be kind of nice. Because then the backpack would stay in place, so if you open it quickly, it actually opens and then it comes up. Ooh, that would look kind of neat. That would look pretty neat. Well, I'm not technically done with the inventory animation. Well, technically this is a backpack animation. Let's not commit this yet. How could I make the open inventory? I don't want to move the background blocker, that one should be the same. But this one, I would like to keep with the same position. but only when we move up. Because we turn it off when you move it down anyway, so that doesn't matter. Plus, we should be able to do that here. If I have a reference to the open inventory, which open inventory object. If you open the inventory, set that one active, and we deactivate the button. Show inventory button. This is when we start moving. What if we would move the open inventory as well? And then when we close it, we reset it to the button hide position. I think this would look really nice. Because now there is a little bit of a slight jump in the animation if you open the inventory too quickly. And here it's fine, but if I do this, you can see how it kinda jumps to the position. But we might as well allow the player to open it early, but then to make it look neat, we still have the open inventory sprite move up in accordance to this button. Yeah, I think I want to do it. Small little thing, but polishing wise, I think that's going to be a lot better. Then we could even make this animation a little bit slower if we wanted to, because then you're still allowed to open it early. I think this might... Yeah, we need to play around with the easings as well, see if there's an easing that looks better for this. To be fair, when you do it this quickly, the easings are much harder to tell. It's more easily to tell an easing like this. That's a little bit slower. Yeah, I want to do it. I think it's gonna look neat. That means I need to... We know that local position -41 would be the same as button show position, because that's where they line up. So what if we add a private float? We have a open inventory hide position, which I don't know what it is yet. And then we have a show position. We say that this is equal to what it is set to now, which would be -41. -41. Whoops. Is my numpad disabled? There we go. We set that one to -41. It needs to line up perfectly with the hide position of the button. So that is kind of easy to check. If I turn off the black bars, we have the button here. This is the hide position, because I get that one in away from this sprite. So if we now take the open inventory, boom, take this one, and we move you down and line you up with this one, that would be somewhere like here. Well, I think that's exactly it, actually. That means that the hide position should be -74.5. Then it would move perfectly with the hidden one. Oh, sorry, with the button, I mean. And then, when we show inventory button, this is when we bring up the backpack. Maybe I should name this more specifically like that. Like actually say bring up backpack animation or something. What's up, Peepa Poopy? How you doing? Welcome in. How's your Friday? Local move. So then we just do the same thing. Because I can... Yeah. Dude Twin should be able to move a unactivated item as well, right? That should work. Yeah, because you can still change... Yeah, it should work, it should work. So we go open inventory objects. I suppose we want a transform for it, so let's actually do a private transform. Waiting for the weekend, nice. What are you working on today? We're working on new backpack animations, making sure it's a little bit snappier and a little bit more polished. So far so good, I would say. I'm making, instead of using Unity animations, we are doing do-twin programmatic ones. I feel like it gives me a little bit finer control. Open inventory transform. This one we can just set in await and say that the open inventory transform is equal to the open inventory object dot transform. Now down here we can instead say show inventory button. All we need to do is say that open inventory transform dot do is IntelliSense bugged. Of course it is. Why would it not be? Yeah, twins look way better, they really do. Especially, well, at least for these like simple ones where most of this animation is just like moving something on like one axis. Because I do think there's maybe an argument that Unity animations might be simpler to work with when you have something that might have like, you know, 6 different frames with like diagonal movements and... diagonal movements doesn't really matter though. But yeah, if it's a very complex animation, might be simpler to make with the Unity animator, perhaps. But for these like simple ones, I feel like programmatic do-twin animations is the way to go. Oh, this one is just called open inv transform dot do. So they do local move y. Actually, we should check here whether we are showing or not, because we want to do different things. So if we're supposed to show the inventory, we should... First we need to set it actually. Open inventory transform dot... Well, if I need to change the local position, I need to get a new vector 3, right? So it would be local position, that's say vector 3. Because I can't just say that this dot y is equal to, right? Cannot modify return value because it's not a variable exactly. So I need to say that this is equal to a new vector 3, which is going to be no. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a private vector 3 called open inventory hide position. Well, I already have that one. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this one to a vector 3. I'm gonna copy this. Then here we're gonna say that in a wake we say that open inventory hide position is equal to new vector 3, where the y needs to be this. The x should be open inventory transform dot x, no, dot local position dot x. And the z can be set to 0, that's fine. Now, whenever we're supposed to show the inventory, we can reset the local position to the inventory, open inventory hide position. And then we move it along with the inventory button. Sent on Discord because Twitch has a limit, you can read later. Sure, I'll have a look when I finish this method. I'll take a look at it. Open inventory transform, do local move. We want to do the same thing as here. So we would like to say that we want to move to open inventory show position in half a second. Maybe I should assign this instead. Because I'm using magic number 0.5 in multiple places. Yeah, let's do serialize field private float animation duration. Anim duration, sure. And let's default this to 0.5. Now we can change it in the inspector if we need to. Do local move, should be animation duration, local move, animation duration. And that one can be as is. Do local move, animation duration, and of course this should also be animation duration. Then we need to set ease, button ease. So now whenever you show the inventory button, we reset the transform of the open inventory and then move it along with the inventory button. So if the player opens the inventory early, the button is gonna switch to the open inventory and that one's gonna keep moving instead of like jumping into position. Then we just need to make sure that, so we reset it here to make sure that the first time you open it, it is correct. Oh, so that's all I need to do. I don't need to reset it now when you hide, because the next time you show, it's gonna reset anyway. Yeah, so this is... that should be all I need, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. Okay, so if I let the animation finish and then open, that's an issue. Because now it stays down there. Okay, so can I not do local move on a disabled object? Does that not work? Can do to not move disabled objects? Shoot. That's an issue. Because I cannot make this a child object of the button since I disabled the button. Or I suppose maybe I could. If I, instead of disabling the button, No, but just then the hitbox is gonna be enabled too. That might get buggy. Huh. Okay, I need to look into this. Okay, I think we have an ad coming up. I'm gonna take just a quick half-a-minute break and go and reheat my coffee, and I'll be back in just 30 seconds or so. Thank you guys very much for your patience. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys very much for your patience. Okay, I need to look into this. Do tween documentation. Either I'm doing something wrong here. Either my logic is wrong, or you just can't move deactivated objects. But I suppose the moving function is not happening. Is that happening in the object itself? Because yeah, then it might not work to do it on a disabled one. Unless I have an enabled parent object and I move that one instead. Then it would kind of work. Which I kind of could sort out if I move the background blocker. Yeah, maybe. Even if you disable an object, the animation continue playing because they're not tied to the target's visibility, but you can use do tween manager. This type of behavior when a target is enabled disabled. Okay, so it sounds like you should be able to move it, even if it's deactivated. We don't have a parameter for it, as far as I can see. Well, actually, you know what we could do? Let me see, let's deactivate this one. Shouldn't you use do anchor position instead of do local move since it's UI? No, I shouldn't need to, because I thought so as well. I was very confused about that for a moment, but then I realized that that method still works, because if you check okay, if let's say rect transform here. Rect transform is inheriting from transform, so anything I can do on a transform works on a rect transform as well. I didn't know that, but apparently it works, because that's it would be the same for my map as well as my inventory button, so this one. That's also technically speaking a rect transform, as well as this, but move position, which is technically for a normal transform, is still fully functional. But let me see what happens if we do this. If we move the scene here so we can see what happens. We have the inventory open, deactivated, like so. But yeah, I did think the same thing, because I remember when I started looking into this, I was so confused as why I couldn't use the normal move position for a rect transform. But then I think it was Brainoid who told me that, well, you can, because it is a transform as well. Which kind of made sense when you think about it, but you know, I've never considered the fact that even these like Unity components would also use like inheritance and stuff. So, I mean, it made sense, but... Okay, so you can see that it gets moved down. Oh. Oh yeah, something odd is happening here. So it does move, just not the way I want it to. Am I? It also looks like the position I set up might actually be wrong. Open inventory. Open. Oh wait, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm moving the wrong object, am I not? Open inventory is the parent object. I see. This is the open inventory parent. Yeah, so I'm moving the parent object. That's the issue. We need a game object, open inventory object. And then here, when we get the open inventory transform, that should be this transform instead. Okay, that should fix it. What's up, Granger devs? How you doing, man? How's your Friday? I'm Josie Chirpy. It's going good so far, doing some polishing on my inventory UI. So far so good. Doing a bit of tweening. We just need to set up these again. Parent object, inventory open. Let's see. Let's select this one so we can see what's happening here behind the scenes. Yeah, that looks right. That is exactly how I want it to work. So now, if I'm not mistaken, if I wait for the animation to finish and then I open the bag, it's in the correct position. However, if I open it too early while the animation is playing, the open inventory should finish the animation. Yeah. Yeah, now you can see how the open inventory actually takes over the animation and slides into place. Nice. And the way we should visualize this even more clearly is actually if we say that the animation duration is like 2 seconds. It's gonna be really slow. Boom, that works. But then if I open it now, yeah, you see that the actual open inventory is working. Oh, that's a little bit odd though, isn't it? Why does the inventory go down when I close it? Oh, not that. Oh, so it's probably because that one was unfinished. Ah, so that means that if we ever, when we open the inventory, we should probably automatically move the hide button on click. Wait, when you open the inventory, we hide this. Yeah, we do kill So then we stop the button in its place. We need to actually say that the inventory button dot local position is equal to... Oh, well, that's the thing. I don't kill it, right? That's how we fix it. We just deactivate it, but we let it behind the scenes finish the animation. And that shouldn't happen. Not that I noticed that when the animation was quick, but we might as well try to fix it. Strowan just been on the crazy side. Ooh, what's up, man? If you move your mice really quickly inside outside the badge. The good thing now, that was a little bit messy with Unity animations. With the programmatic ones, we basically just pick up from where we left off. So if I go out here and then in again, it starts the animation from where it was before. So it kind of makes it more reactive. It looks a little bit weird now when the animation is so slow. Obviously it looks a little bit better when you have a snappy animation. But before, the issue was that if I exited and then changed my mind, I would have to wait for the badge to finish the Unity animation to go down and then finish the one to go up before I could open it. Whereas now, you can change your mind and open it immediately. And it just continues the animation. That looks a little bit odd though. Ah, because now we're resetting the position. Right. Okay, we never want to reset the position. We should make it move. It should always follow the button. These two animations should always do the full range and just follow each other, whichever object is activated. So you can always switch in between them. That's the way we need to do it. Because now it jumps down instead. Yeah. Maybe it should open with a out ease and close with an in ease. That could be a good thing actually, because now I'm using the same ease both on open and close. I think you are onto something, because especially when I had it quicker, because of the way this easing works, I find that it looks like it's open. It opens very slowly and closes really quickly. Which is kind of weird since I'm using in and out. It should technically be the same, but at least like visually I feel like it looks that way. So I think maybe giving us a little bit more fine tuning and doing a in ease and an out ease, or show and hide ease. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, but I need to fix that. That does not work. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna do the same. We're never gonna reset this one. If show float open target position is equal to show question mark open inventory show position open inventory hide position. Is that not what I call it? Open inventory hide position. Oh, that's a vector 3 now, but that's fine. You no longer need to be a vector 3. We're gonna handle this. We're gonna do the open inventory should work the exact same way as the button. They're just gonna overlap each other constantly. So I would do local move to open target position. Animation duration, set ease, button ease. Oh, and then that's where we could do it as well. Yeah, I think you have a good idea there, Peepa Poopy. We should do that. Let's do a new ease. What's up, BMO artist? How you doing? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Friday. Let's do a hide ease. And then we're gonna rename this one into show ease. I think that's a good idea. On backpack acquired, show ease. Show inventory button false, that should be fine. On item added, show ease, yep, that's correct. And here, show inventory button. I mean, this is no longer show inventory button. This is to move the inventory up and down, right? I'm just gonna call this inventory animation. But then now the bool show... that kind of made sense. Sure. Hope you're doing well today, Chappy. I am. I'm doing good. I'm feeling like... I'm so excited about this game, not gonna lie. I am actually really excited in general. I feel very passionate about my game right now. So that's always fun. And you're doing well as well? Nice, man. Glad to hear it. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of ternary operators here. Because now we need to do the same thing with our... which ease we should use when we do the local move. So I'm gonna do this now. Inventory button. This is the open inventory. But they're basically gonna do the same thing. So we get our target position, but then we're also gonna need to figure out which ease we are supposed to use. So we're gonna say ease is equal to, depending on show. Maybe it would have been easier to do an if-else statement here, potentially. Do I care? No, just ternary operators are cool, so I'm gonna use them. Fuck you guys, I don't care what you think. I like using ternary operators, because I feel like a badass when I use ternary operators. I don't know why, but I learned them recently, and I feel like they're cool, so I wanna use them. Sharp. Don't judge me. Ease is equal to show, that's the condition. If show is true, then we should do the show ease, otherwise the hide ease. And this we actually only need to do once, whether it's the inventory button or not. And then here we just set the ease on both of them. And now this inventory button do kill. I suppose I need to do that with both now. Open inventory transform do kill. Because these we want to be able to like cancel and stuff. Hide button on click, that should just deactivate it. So actually rather than hide, disable button on click. Well, this could just be disable button. No, I'm gonna do enable button, which with a parameter for bool, and then we're gonna set that one. Now here, when you open the inventory, disable button, you should be called enable button false. And then here, inventory button, boom, we say enable button. Well, that should actually be the same. It should be the opposite of whatever this is. So actually, same thing with the open inventory parent object. Now you should be the same. So these we can actually inventory animation false. Yeah, there's a few things here we can change. We can now say open inventory parent object dot set active. You should be the same as open. If open is true, you should be true. If open is false, you should be false. And enable button should be the opposite. So enable button should be not open. Same thing here. Event bus publish new user interface true false. This we can calculate. True should be when open is true. So here we say that we want to publish the user interface event with whatever open is. Now we can remove this. Look at this, cleaning up the code, aren't we? Look how many lines I just removed. When do I deactivate this one? On complete, okay. But this can't be right. That means I always disable the background. Oh no, disable background by pass in the... Shouldn't that be the opposite? If not show, this is also necessary. Oh no, but it's maybe I don't want to enable it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. Now, there are a few things we need to change. This is the Y position. I'm gonna copy this one. You should now be the... We're gonna have the open inventory. You're gonna start at the show position. Just like the button does. It's gonna look a little bit weird in there, but it's gonna be fine. And then void wait. I should do the opposite, but I can't be bothered right now. So button hide position is that, and then open inventory hide position. This should now be equal to open inventory transform dot local position dot y, and then we now need to change that local position, oh sorry, the inventory hide position from a vector 3 to a float. Now those should work the exact same way as far as I am aware. Okay, I'm doing something weird. What's up, Naked? Bad timing. I think I just messed something up. How you doing, Naked? Hope you're doing good. Open inventory parent. Set active open. Yeah, because if open is true, then you should open. Yeah, that seems right. This should be set to open. Enable button. Not maybe I just messed up the hierarchy. Open inventory parent. Parent object set active. Yeah, so you should be false. And then... Okay, let's try this. You got a KFC. Nice, man. Oh, I probably forgot to set something up here, didn't I? No, I don't have my eSyncs. Okay, so when we show it... What did we say? Should we have an... Yeah, we should have an out when we show it and an in when we hide it, right? So let's try like out cubic and maybe in cubic. I think that's the way we would want it. I need to figure out why this isn't working now. Inventory hitbox is enabled. Oh, I'm probably still messing up the transform somehow, I bet. Or the... Yeah, that's not doing shite. Open inventory boom. Yeah, we're not triggering it whatsoever now. Enable button not open. Bum, bum. Oh wait, I'm not. Yeah, because I am not triggering the animation anywhere. I'm just being a Dumbo. Inventory animation. Probably a good thing to trigger that one. don't you think? No, that should not trigger here. No, not when you open the inventory. That shouldn't trigger the animation. It's only if you close it we should. Exactly. If you close the inventory, then we trigger the hide animation. But the other one should be triggered from the hitbox, which lost a reference. Okay, fair enough. Inventory hitbox, you should do inventory animation true. I don't like the name in here. Inventory animation true. That's not very descriptive. This should be called something else. I don't like show in, because then I have show inventory and open inventory, and it kind of sounds like that's the same thing. But I can't call it show inventory button either, because technically I'm moving the open inventory as well. I can't call it show inventory animation, because then false sounds like you're not doing an animation. You know what? I hate naming stuff. It's fucking difficult, man. How would a professional game developer name this? Move inventory, move animation. But then no, the bool doesn't make sense. Or is the bool named here? No, no. If it said show here, it would be more descriptive. Okay, fuck it, I can't be bothered. Inventory animation false. Okay, now it should work. That looks right. Okay, let's play around a little bit with the time and the ease. Let's go to, where is it, easings. I'm using cube in and cube out now. Cubic in and cubic out. Which is this one. Yeah, in cubic. That's when we hide it. And out when we show it. Yeah, that feels like it should be right. It's basically always the animation is going to be slower at the top and then go quicker. Yeah, that feels like the way you want it to be, right? I suppose you could use in-out as well. That's what we did before. But no, this feels... I think this should work. Let's do new inventory. Show out cubic. Did I close it? I did. Okay, so on show we do out cubic. And then on hide we do in cubic. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Animation duration needs to be way quicker. Maybe not as quick as we had before. I did 0.5 before. What about like 0.75? Let's see how that looks. Maybe it should be a little bit quicker. 0.6. I could also make the time difference depending on show and hide. Like whether it might make it a little bit quicker when you hide it maybe. This is not too bad though. I agree the hide should be a little better. Should we make it quicker? Or well, we could also try playing around more with easing. Let's see if we use the same one, what happens? Might as well try. We do out cubic on that one as well. So now it would be quicker and then slow down. That feels a little bit odd though. Okay, we used to have in cubic. So that's gonna be even slower in the beginning, but then quicker. Is in search? Maybe? Could try sign as well. Usually I find that sign almost isn't visible when it's this short. Let's try in-out sign. That almost tends to look linear, I find. Like, I have a hard time registering that there's any easing to it. It looks fine though, to be honest. Wait, I don't even need to stop playing. That's the good thing about having these enums. I can just do this. Out sign. No, that looks weird. In that case, it should be in. Yeah, either in and out or only in for this one, I think. What's the other one? Insert. That would be more of an exponential curve. I think the show should stay out cubic, but you can put sign in for hiding. Yeah. There's also quad, which is similar, but a little bit more drastic, or whatever you want to call it. Let me try that one too. In quad. But then I feel like if it's gonna be one of these that are more linear, I kind of feel like it needs to be quicker. Because now it feels like hiding it is... You do want it to be snappier when you show it. Not that it really matters now, since you can open it immediately anyway. What's back? Oh no, that's an overshoot. I don't like working with overshoots since most of this stuff is triggering on enter exit with the pointer, so weird stuff can happen. Because that means that when you exit, if it has an overshoot at first, it might enter again and then you get into this weird loop. Overshoots don't work that great when you're tracking on pointer enter and on pointer exit. But maybe that's it. Maybe I want something... Maybe I do want an out... An out here. Yeah, oh yeah, I think so. Because then it's quicker in the beginning. And that would maybe make it seem quicker. Do I? Out quad. Let me try out quad. I don't even remember if I tried this one or not. Oh yeah, I think I did. It feels pretty snappy. I think maybe this one could be more linear. Maybe we'll use sine. You might be right. But then I do think... out sine feels kind of snappy though. Yeah, I think we should maybe add different timings for show and hide. Because now we have the duration, right? Animation duration. That one goes for both. I feel like maybe we should make this more specific as well. So let's do... show duration, show ease, whoops, and then we do hide duration and hide ease. Now we're gonna have to change this a little bit. Show ease, that's... no wait, show duration, that is correct. But then here, in the inventory animation, we now need to check which duration we should use. So we say float duration is equal to... do I need a parenthesis? I hate this word so much. Parenthesis.
Parentheses.
Parentheses. Fuck off. Show... and then we do show duration, hide duration. Yeah, I actually don't think I need these. Duration. That word always dropped my Finnish coworkers too, they hated it. I really do hate it. It's not, I don't like the word. Parenthesis is fine, as in like that's the singular, right? But then the plural one, like, I don't know, it messes with my head for some reason. Parenthesis and parenthesis. Can't fucking do it, man. I actually can't do it. Parentheses. Yeah? Parenthesis and parentheses.
Parentheses.
Yeah, it's more emphasis on the last syllable. Parentheses. Exactly. Like C's as in C plural. Yeah. So that's what I need to remember. We put more emphasis here. The singular parenthesis. Parenthesis, right?
Parenthesis.
And then we have parentheses.
Parentheses.
Parentheses. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Round bracket. That's a better one. I'm gonna start using that one instead. It's just a round bracket, you know. A half circle. You do the half circle. Parentheses. Parentheses. But that's not... Wait, that's not how you say the plural one though, is it?
Parenthesis.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not like a thesis.
Parenthesis.
It's parenthesis.
Parenthesis.
Like, on the singular one, almost all of the emphasis is on this, the parenthesis. But then in plural, you go parentheses. Parentheses. Parenthesis, parentheses. Right? One parenthesis, multiple parentheses. Parentheses. Dude, I hate this word. But I think we'll get in there. Oh, never mind. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, you don't like how I say boo? Well, it's a float, an integer, and a boo. Per in the seas. So maybe I should speed up the animation pickup, the flashlight pickup animation as well. That one actually felt a little bit slow now. Yeah, I kind of feel like that one needs to be quicker. Oh, am I not checking the tooltip correctly now? Oh, jeez, I'm never calling the tooltip. Whoops. Why do I keep misclicking on that one? Go over here. Inventory Manager. Am I fucking blind? Parent it is. Yeah, I mean, suppose that is a good way of at least remembering, maybe not the exact pronunciation, but like the emphasis. Parent it is, and par in the C's. Parenthesis, parentheses. Dude, I actually can't do it. Fucking hell, man. Parenthesis, parentheses. I feel like I think it might be me being Swedish. I want to put the emphasis on the syllable next to last. Like parenthesis is what I want to say, but it's parentheses. Yeah, I need to practice this one. Holy shit. Okay, here we have the check inventory tutorial tip. This checks whether the inventory has been opened. But it's only the first time, right? Item tooltip. No, we need to check when we close it as well. But I made this one public, so you know the easy way to fix this is just to go into this one, and whenever we open the inventory, we are just going to say... I'm just gonna call the instance. I cannot be bothered. Check inventory tutorial tips. And we pass in open, right? Because you want bool inventory open, exactly. That should solve it. Cheeky man, please say it real quick. I want to check something. Parentheses. 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 Oh wait, oh you had another one here. Can you imagine an imaginary Menagerie? I don't even know how to say that word. That one doesn't count.
Menagerie.
Menagerie. Menagerie. A collection of animals in fångenskap, exactly. Okay. Menagerie, right? Yeah. Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie managing a imaginary menagerie? Yeah, that's a very good one. Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie managing imaginary menagerie? That one is pretty difficult, not gonna lie. Can you imagine an imaginary manager managing an imaginary menagerie? Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie? Okay, let's get to work. I give up. Oh no, the close one is way too quick now. I think both are too quick actually. That feels almost too responsive. It feels like there's no weight to it. Let's do show like we had before, 0.65. And then maybe we do 0.45 for the hide. Maybe even more. That kinda works. I need a pick-up animation for when you pick up the... Maybe the first time you pick up the map, we should actually open the map like this. But then, no, because then we don't teach the player where to open the map, so that's an issue. It would look nice, but I don't know if we're teaching the player in the best manner then. Maybe we should do it similarly to the... oh, sorry. To the backpack, where we let the player pick it up. And then let them open it. I think so. Oh, am I not getting a animation now when I pick stuff up? I don't. Why? Inventory. Am I not subscribing to on item added? Oh, but this is hard coded. That might be an issue. Inventory button. Do local move. What's up, Bit Casual? How you doing? Welcome in. Okay, I think this might be just set up incorrectly because I hard-coded a little sweet magic number there now, didn't I? Let's do this and we can see. It should still be moving. Here we have the inventory button. If you like that tongue twister, I think you're going to like the Chaos poem. It's a pronunciation challenging poem. Oh, damn. Maybe. Isn't that one really like... Have you heard that one in... I don't know if that one is as big in Brazil as it is in Portugal. Because I think I was told of that one from a Portuguese person. You have that one with the painter. That's like a, you know, it's like 2 full paragraphs of a tongue twister about some painter. Does anyone know which one I mean? I'm doing well, quit my job, got a new keyboard, and I'm thinking of ordering a pizza. Sounds nice. Congratulations on quitting your job, welcome to the club. Do you have a new one lined up, or what's your plan? Or are you gonna join me in the unemployed land? I do? Okay, never mind. Don't join my club then. I'll be unemployed by myself. Unless they resign their offer, in which case I am an unemployed boy. Okay, fair enough. Well, best of luck, man, and I hope they don't, and I hope you enjoy the new job. What keyboard did you get? Out of curiosity. Yeah, you can see it moving. It's just not moving enough. Just about see it wiggle a little bit. So why is that? We're passing the show duration. On complete, we would hide it. So it must be that this is just not correct. So, inventory button, position 36. I'm currently saying that you should move to 38.5. Oh, that would be here. Well, that should be enough to be visible. Why is that not functioning? On item added, inventory button to local move 38.5. For the show duration, set ease, show ease, and on complete, we play the inventory animation false. That sounds like it should work. But when I checked here, when we picked up an item, it almost just like shook a little bit. I've set it to go up here. We should at least be able to see the handle. Huh. That's very odd. Oh wait, let me check this tongue twister as well. The English pronunciation poem. Oh, dude. I just like skimming through this, I can already tell that this is gonna be an annoying one. I have to try a little bit though. I know that tongue twister. The problem with that tongue twister is here in Brazil, the connotation that the sentence I paint implies. Oh, it's a, okay, I see. Fair enough. Keychron Q6QMK. Well, I'm from the Nordics, so even if I do become unemployed, I have 2 years to find something else before I become homeless. Yeah, that is fair enough. Fair enough. We do have quite good systems for that stuff here in it. Oh, it looks nice. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse. Sounds like corpse core, right? Just does like the Marine Corps, isn't it? So it's not fully pronounced. It's like core. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you Susie busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. So this is not really a. This is not like a tongue twister, really. It's not. Yeah, exactly. It's about English pronunciation. It's about the spellings, right? Because English spellings are so fucked up that, like, because these all look like they would be pronounced the same. Like, this looks like it would be something like corpse, horse, wars, right? But it's not, because English, you know. I guess if I end up unemployed, I would just make games all day while not updating my resume. Wait, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's on point, exactly what I'm doing. What's up, Meowj? How you doing? Hope game dev is going well today. It is. This is the game dev I'm currently working on. No, we've done quite a lot. We have new inventory animations, which are looking quite nice. So far, so good. Jokes on you. I'm from America, so if I become unemployed in 30 to 60 days max, I'm out on my arse homeless. So you know, freedom, America. Fuck yeah. In France, we have this system, but only for people that get fired, not for people who leave, in my case. We even have it for people who leave. But I think that's, if you think about like, I don't know, where are you from, Bit Casual? You said Nordics, but since you said Nordics, I assume you're not from Sweden, are you? I don't remember if I've asked you. But at least in Sweden, we have it so that, like, we have something called A-kassa, which is basically... Technically, you do have to pay a little bit. It's kind of like an insurance, but it's relatively, you know, it's pretty cheap. And if you get fired, you will get like 80% of your salary for like, I don't know, a long time. As long as you're like looking for new jobs and stuff. However, I know that if you quit by yourself, if you decide to leave the company, I think you can still get it, but I think you have to wait 3 months until you can start getting it. I think that's the way we do it, as far as I know. Time to start saving for that emergency fund. Yeah, I'm just living up my emergency fund. That's what I'm doing. I'm just burning through them savings. Denmark. And yeah, I think 3 months of quarantine for quitting. Oh yeah, so it's basically the same then. But otherwise I get full benefits, yeah. But do you also have to... Because I'm not gonna lie, I have not taken it. I have not even applied, even though I paid for like 10 years for it. I haven't taken a dime so far. Because at least here, I just can't be bothered, because the thing is that to get that money, I actually also have to consistently look for work. Which feels a little bit immoral to me as well, because let's be honest here, right now I'm not looking for work. Like I'm trying to make a bet on this stuff, I suppose. So I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't be bothered. Easier to do as one person with wife and kids on the streets. Oh, easier to do as one, but yeah. Anyway, we are lucky we are doing okay and trying our best to save as much as we can, yeah. I mean, I'm not saving money, depending on how you see it. I'm trying to just minimize my expenses. That's the only way I can prolong my savings, you know. Society will win more if you create a business than if you get a job. You find, yeah, I suppose. But that also means the business needs to become successful in it. So, we'll see. You know, it's a gamble. I might sit here in like a year, no savings left. And at that point, I suppose I just need to get back into being an adult, get a 9 to 5, you know. But yeah, I'm willing to do the gamble. I think it's gonna be worth it. In the end, even if like all my savings runs out and this stuff doesn't work out, you know, I still don't think I'm gonna look back at this period and feel like, oh yeah, I really regretted that time that I took to spend working on stuff I was passionate about. Yeah, I really regret that. I don't think that's gonna be the case, you know. I think no matter what, even if I burn up all my savings and I technically set myself back years in progress, you know, still it's like I did something for myself, and I think that's fine. I'm willing to take the risk. Yeah, Finland was nice because the union I paid into, but well, I made a bad choice to leave. I've been paying off debt and saving aggressively for the last 3 years. Nice. Good luck with the gamble. Thank you very much, Pipa. Appreciate you. If I keep going at my current rate, I will finally be debt-free in 4 years' time. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing that I can like be happy about right now. One of the reasons why I can do this as well, of course, is the fact that I don't have any debt. I barely have any real expenses. I don't have a fucking car. I don't have to pay for anything like that. Like, I have very little actual, like, my main expense is my rent. That's really it, you know. And to be fair, my rent is not like, it's not super cheap, so it's by far my biggest expense. So that's where most of my savings are going to go. But yeah, like I said, I never think I'm gonna regret this no matter what. Maybe the hide animation is still a little bit quick. Thanks for the raid yesterday, dude. No worries, Crystal. How you doing, man? Well, if nothing else, you will have a super impressive portfolio piece for applying for technical positions. Yeah, and honestly, that is kind of the plan, you know. That is one of the things I have considering, because one of the reasons why I did quit my job and why I did decide to take this whole... Oh, we might be in ads now. Sorry about that one, guys. You know what? I'm gonna take it after the ads. I'll wait for the ads to finish, in case anyone is interested. My student loan is always almost paid for. Nice. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too quick when we hide the inventory. Let's make this like 51. Yeah. You wanted a nice even number? I ain't giving it to you. We're gonna try 51. I am doing it correctly on this, right? On background, on item add-in, open inventory. Yeah, you called the on animation false, so that should use the same one. That should all be fine. Yeah. The high duration. We set this to duration. Yep, that should be fine. Oh yeah, it's a pickup thing I need to fix. Okay, the ads should be over. Welcome back, people, ladies and gentlemen. So what I was saying is that, as you said, Bit Casual, if this stuff doesn't work out, whether it's the stream or whether it's the game itself, I still have something, as you said, to actually put on like in a portfolio or on like a resume or so. And that is the plan, because initially what actually happened is that I decided to look into switching careers, and I was a bit, since I had started getting into like game development and stuff, I was interested in perhaps moving into like IT instead. So I actually applied to like 4 different courses or whatever on like basically not universities but like higher education. I don't know what you would call it in English. And I got into almost every single one in like the first position of the queue, whatever. So I think that was the thing that kind of made me a little bit cocky as well, because I knew I had enough savings to last for a bit, you know. And then when I got entered into each one, I was like, you know what? If I made it into like almost every course I was interested in now, I could probably get in a year or 2 from now as well. So might as well take a bit of time and do the stuff I enjoy. And so yeah, the plan is that if this stuff doesn't work out, I would consider either going to one of those like higher educations and trying to get an actual degree in some IT related thing, whether that's like, you know, development or cybersecurity or whatever it might be, or game development. But then there's also the possibility that, I don't know, I know that IT is a relatively open-minded, you know, business to be in, where it's like in reality degrees are not as mandatory in the IT space. So it's also, I don't know what like the, you know, limits or no, not the limits, like what the requirements to be able to get like to get the foot into the door. Because it could also be that maybe when I'm like done with this game and my savings have all run out, maybe if I learned enough, I might already be at a position where I could maybe take on some like entrance job at least. I don't know. Feel free to chime in for you people who might actually know more about this than me, since I've never been in the professional IT space. Better to do it now than try in 10 years when you maybe have a family and other people who depend on you. Exactly. That is also part of the mindset I have. You know, if there's any time in my life when I should take the risk to do something like this, you know, it is right now. Now is like the perfect time for doing it. And see, I am gonna have to go in like a little bit under 20 minutes or so. But we'll see if we can sort out this issue at least before then. But yeah, like I did warn you guys, today's stream is going to be a little bit shorter. Yeah, you see there, it does move. It does move. Just don't know why it doesn't... It only moves like 1 pixel or something. Not even. Yeah, it doesn't even move a full pixel when I pitch something up. Why is that? This must be called, since I see it moving. Oh, do I still have some bloody animator cancelling this somewhere? Is that it? I need to make sure that none of these have an animator. I mean, it doesn't look like they do. No, it looks fine. Because in that case it would be this one. But you don't have a... I'm thinking is something else is trying to like override this. Experiment with stuff and see what clicks with your friend. Yeah, exactly. I don't know about where you live, but here, unfortunately, the lack of a piece of paper saying that you are educated hinders your possibilities. This is my struggle with IT work currently. That's why I've been doing bartending and wedding stuff. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like Sweden is quite open-minded in this case. Because, like, I personally know a couple of people who are like... I even know some that are in relatively high positions in certain IT-related fields who have no education whatsoever close to IT. They just started off with like an IT desk job, learned like programming and stuff by themselves and, you know, just worked themselves up basically. To be fair though, obviously that is, you know, a little bit early in time, that's not today. But, yeah, I don't know. I unfortunately need to step away. Have a great rest of stream and your day. Thank you very much, BMO. Always nice to have you here, man. And yeah, like I said, no worries, man. I'm gonna need to go myself pretty soon as well. But thank you very much for dropping by, and I hope you have a good day as well. I never successfully finished my university degree, but I broke into the industry by being willing to work for dirt cheap for my first job. After that, nobody cared about my schooling. Yeah. I think that made sense. I think I would, just like I said, in general, my living expenses are already not super high. So if I have to take one kind of slightly shite job at first to kind of get my foot in the door, I would be willing to do that. Like, that's probably fine. Because I do feel like, as you're saying, like, after that, you can still prove that you have experience. Like, I would be able to tell people, like, oh yeah, I've been programming with C# for like this long. I have one, you know, like released game. I've also worked in this job for this amount of months and stuff. Like, even if I don't have the actual education, I kind of have enough to show that like I'm passionate about this stuff and I've already had some experience. And I feel like that's almost for a lot of recruiters. I almost feel like that kinda is more valuable. Because if you have someone who has a degree but has no passion or interest, I feel like that's worse than someone who's maybe slightly worse in terms of like knowledge, but who has the, you know, the passion to learn, I suppose. I feel like that's in general should be more important. So I have top clips from your stream. I used Clipception to find the best clips and sum up per idiot. Ooh, actually, come to see them, I can show on your Discord. The stream I clipped was 7 days ago, 6 hours and 42 minutes. Feel free to link it on Discord, Crystal. I'll check it out. What's up, A Felix? How you doing? No idea what you're sending in the chat, but welcome in. Oh shit, wrong move. Some titles. Flashlight tutorial flexibility. Interesting. 500k sales milestone. Oh wait, is that for when we were talking about BMO? That sounds like it might have been when we talked about BMO. Yeah. But then it can't have been a stream that was 7 days ago. Wasn't that the other day? 6 hours. Oh yeah, wait, 6 hours and 42. That was the last stream, right? Oh, what the fuck did you send me? Oh yeah, I know which one that is. Knight to B7. We're gonna start doing chess in the chat now. Fucking mental chess. Interesting stuff though, Crystal. Yeah, I'd gladly take a look at it. It's kind of interesting hearing these titles as well, trying to figure out like what scene this was. Since, you know, I was there, I should probably remember. $38.5. Do inventory button. That's a transform. And that is the same one I move here, right? Could it be because I don't do kill? Maybe? Should we see if that makes a difference? Just out of curiosity. Because otherwise I feel like everything looks right. Can't see why it's only moving like 1 pixel, not even 1 pixel. I have plenty of experience in web development, but never actually got the opportunity to use it in a professional setting. I do have some published projects and my own portfolio webpage. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like quite a lot. But it is possible, like we said, it is possible that maybe it changes a bit depending on the area. It's very possible. Syllable note length expressing how it would sound when I say my greeting. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, the best part is it clips stuff you wouldn't think to clip. Yeah, I know some of those are clipped. Some of them. Don't think... Definitely not all of them. I know that the... What the fuck did you send me? That one I have clipped. Flashlight tutorial flexibility doesn't sound like anything I've clipped. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm now learning Scala so I can have more long-term options. I heard about that somewhere, Scala. The Scala programming language. Oh, that unites functional programming with object orientation. I still don't feel like I fully understand enough what the difference between object-oriented and like practical. Code languages are, but interesting. Okay, let's see if this made any difference. No, it's still, you can see it only moves like 1 pixel. That is so odd. Because I say, inventory button, I say that the Y position it should move to is 38.5. That's like here, we should at least see the handle of the bag. But it only moves like 1 pixel. Why? Something must be overriding this. What about the inventory manager? Do you do something weird here? Maybe this one is overriding something. No, this all has to do with just adding the item. There's nothing about this that changes the transform. I don't even have a reference to that transform, so it shouldn't be. That is odd. Neither one of these. This one should even go all the way to button show position. Do chill didn't seem to make any difference. What are you gonna work on next, Chirpy? Right now I'm trying to polish my inventory animations a bit, but I have some weird bug here which I don't fully understand. But basically I'm making programmatic animations instead of using like the Unity animator. Just do it through code instead. It's a little bit snappier now. But even that, it should move up way more. We don't even see it. And when I pick it up, it moves less than 1 pixel. I'm telling it to move way more. I am using do local, right? I am. I mean, when I equip the... What if we don't do this? Out of curiosity. Data-oriented is mostly requested in general. Python and Scala are mostly present. I choose Scala because I'm leaning into working outside my area. I learned the web development because it's the most requested thing here specifically. But since it's not working, I'm aiming at other options. I don't really like C# to work in a professional setting. Interesting. I love C#, but I am heavily biased, and also I have no experience with any other language, so is it blind love? Maybe it is. Could very well be. No, it still doesn't work. Oh, that was odd. I can go through the door without opening it. Oh, that is bad. Something is not lined up correctly. This door is locked, and I can go through it. There must be like 1 pixel where I can click on the actual exit instead. Okay, that is something, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to fix it, but I definitely need to note it down. fix the door skip. Yeah, I'll remember. Sure, bugs and issues. That is something I need to fix. Still only moving like 1 pixel. Is it the... No, it's not the collect item on click thing that does anything, right? You're not doing anything weird. No, you just published the add item event. The add item event tells the inventory manager to add item to inventory. That doesn't do anything other than really handle the adding. Nope, that's really it. And then the inventory listens to this event. Item event. Do local move, set ease, show ease. This is... It's fucking correct. Why is it... Something must be overriding this. Something must be overriding this. Debug log... add animation called... I don't know. Sure. There must be something stopping this, because in my mind, that code should work. Speedrun incoming? Yeah, we're basically finding speedrun strats here. I wonder if I can do it... Can I do it on unlocked doors as well? Yeah, I think I can. Wait, if the handle is lit up, that means I'm on the door. I can. Can I do it on this one as well? How have I not found this earlier? Okay, side doors seem fine. Yeah. That looks fine. But then... This one I can completely skip if I want. That's not good. Yeah, add animation called. But it doesn't do the full animation. Very interesting. Something... I tried doing do kill and that didn't change anything. Something must be overriding this. That's the only way I can see it. Like if I still have my old animation like lingering somewhere. But I removed all of the animators. So that, sorry about that one. So that shouldn't be the case. We shall see, we shall see. However, ladies and gentlemen, as you might have expected, this is where I'm gonna have to end it for today, unfortunately. But please stick around and let's see if we can find someone to throw a little raid at. Oh, we have Foolbox raid. Let's go over to... Oh, Foolbox live, I mean. Let's go over to Foolbox. I don't think I usually manage to raid him, just because of the times we stream and stuff. I was here yesterday as well, so let's go over to the one and only Foolbox. Recently released the Block Shop and now working on a slightly cursed incremental game. Let's see if I can quickly catch up with chat here as well. The biggest real difference is that object-oriented tends to put the data, state, and the behavior together. Okay, while functional separates the state and behavior. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I cannot see what you mean. I feel like I need to look at some examples to see like in practice how that difference shows up, but yeah, that makes sense. Java is another option if you want to go for web dev stuff on the backend. Not as close as JavaScript, but it's still a headache, that's why I chose Scalar. I can be functional all I want. Nice. Something as simple as a sum type is so clunky to make in object-oriented languages. I miss FP every time. Don't know what that is. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here today. As always, I do appreciate each and every single one of you. Let's jump over to Foodbots. I will be back on Monday with the next stream. In the meantime, if you guys want to connect more with the community, please join the Discord. Also, of course, if you haven't, please don't wishlist Shroud of Gloom. It would mean a lot to me. Other than that, yeah, thank you all for being here. Today I really do appreciate you guys. Shout out to Arthur for the resubscription as well. That means a lot. Other than that, I hope all of you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday. Cheers.